Okay, now you can't talk anymore. She's gonna die over here. It's gonna be so difficult. I got my wife over here sitting with me, and so I just want to do an update video for everybody that's curious about what's going on with the Hog Hunter. As you can see, there is a throttle body hanging next to me. There it is. Because the Hog Hunter is no longer on my bike. It's already been sent off to the place where one part of it's going to be made. They got to get it 3D scanned, the molds cut, everything. And then the other part, which I have here that I didn't grab beforehand, is being sent off to somebody else with a paragraph written all over it and all kinds of drawings and everything else. And that's getting cast into a single piece, no longer getting welded. Smooth down any welds that were there before, smooth down the outer shape, just all around a better product. And it's the exact same every single time. There's no room for error anymore. So that's all happening. Now, what they're telling me is 10 weeks. 10 weeks from today, which this is going out and that already did, to do all their scanning, modeling, molding, testing, cutting, fitting, and actually rolling out. They're telling me 10 weeks. And I'm doing everything that I can to try to improve that time. So in the meantime, in about 3 weeks, I'll get the inner portion back from the first molder person. And I'll probably get this one back in about 2 weeks or so. And I'll be able to go out somewhere. And hopefully I have a few people lined up that are going to be doing some more testing with it. My bike doesn't have cats. So I lost a lot of back pressure on the bottom end. So we're curious to see what happens, how much higher we can go. 118 on stock cams was fantastic. We're super excited about that. But how high can we go is what we're after. You know, if we can get 122, 123 torque off of stock cams, we'll be super excited about that. But we have a buddy with tri-ovals and cats that is wanting to do some testing on his bikes. We're excited about that. And then also a buddy with slip-ons, some Hot Vic power cones, I think, which is the same thing I have, but, you know, mine's all hollowed out. But his has cats and his has the DR cams. So it'll be another good test for it, a good average setup for everybody. Now, as we get closer, that's when we'll be able to start doing the pre-sales for everything. We're expecting to want to do that about 4 weeks out to where we can actually have a legit list and know everybody who... Are you shaking your head over there? What are you doing?
I'm just sitting here. I wasn't even looking at you.
She's doing stuff.
I wasn't doing anything.
Hey, don't talk. I'm doing a video.
Oh, my Lord.
So, and that way we can actually have an accurate list of everybody who is going to be on that list. Now, the first 5 or 6 that are going to be on that list are going out to a lot of the big name tuning shops. You know, you're going to see them show up at Southern. You're going to see them show up at Hammered Steel, KMC, the Vic shop, of course. 801 will probably get one. Norseman will probably get one because I just want to see what they do with them. You know, I know 801 is big on the remote stuff, but on his personal bike, I'd be curious to see what he can come up with.
We do a lot with with
both of them.
Yeah.
You know, so there'll be a lot of testing, and also it's, you know, if you live in the area that can reach the Vic shop, well, then you're going to want to know about how your bike is going to compare. So we're just going to shoot those out to all of them first, and then work our way down the list. Now, of course, I can think of about 5 of you offhand that are like, hey, can I send money now? That would be great and all, but I don't want you to. I want to wait till we get a little bit close to where we're actually ready to start working on shipping and everything. In the meantime,
just make sure that they know that, like, when it gets going, we're going to have like 100 in stock. So there's not going to be a wait time.
Right, the first batch is 100. Yeah. So, you know, if you're wanting to get on that list, then just let us know, you know, and we'll start compiling that now, but we won't, like I said, actually start working through that list until we get a couple of weeks out.
Yeah, and that one, the first 100 will have, like, absolutely no wait time.
Right.
Once we get them in, and they'll just be going out steadily.
You done?
Yeah, I think so. Well, okay. I just wanted them to know, because I know with your intakes now, you have to make them in batches,
right,
to get them, you know, to get them down to the cost that they're at. I don't want them to think that they're going to have to be waiting that time to get, you know, these new ones.
You hear all that?
Hopefully.
Right. Yeah. In theory, you know, I'll be super excited if we blow through those first 100 and you're number 101 and 102. Yeah, you know, that'll suck if, you know, there's another little small waiting period there, but
it won't be very
but with
long.
the new process that we're going to, we're doing them 100 at a time instead of 10 at a time. And we're just trying to avoid all of that. Now, as far as, and I've had this conversation a couple of times, what's going to be available. So number one will be our full-length kit. What's actually on my bike, which is my steel frame intake as it is, this will be the full-length kit. It's going to work great for anybody who doesn't have anything yet. You walking in there with a stock bike, this is great for you. And not forged bars, not hard lowers, probably not even round bars. But at the same time, if you still want a tubular style intake, there will be a snub nose where we're going to cut it off about right here, and we can do a shorter or the full-length filter, whichever setup you have. So that's going to be the top two kits. After that, there'll be a flat panel style, which will have a couple of filter options. You may be able to reuse some of the things that you already have, but get more torque out of them. Or you just get the full kit as far as the flat panel style and just go from there. Call it good, brand new filter, everything. And then there will be the builder's kit. That is, if you are running around on your hammer right now and you've got my intake, torque tubes, whatever it is that you want to run on, you want to put it on the outside, this is for you. You know, you don't have to buy a full intake, you just buy the upgrade kit. Same with anybody that has a cross country and wants some kind of crazy thing that they want to make themselves. Okay, build whatever you want, go crazy. But there'll be that, you know, base for you to work off of. These parts will also replace your throttle body boots. There won't be a factory throttle body boot anymore. So eventually we all know that Polaris is going to stop making these throttle body boots, and this will replace those. You know, you upgrade to this, and every time you need one, we'll be there because we make them 100 at a time. We have no intention of stopping. We don't have a factory and a warehouse and all that to shut down. We are just people who have stuff for bikes. You know, it's not, you know, if I kick the bucket tomorrow, she's still sitting here with 100 of them and nothing to do with them, and everything's already in place for her to continue it.
Let's try not happening.
Yeah, I'd prefer for that to not be the case, but I also don't want to leave anybody hanging and prevent what we're going to be left hanging with to begin with. I think that about covers everything. Are you still talking in the background?
No.
You got dirt on your leg. That's what we got to talk about in the background? Okay.
Dirt on my leg.
Welcome to my fancy garage, by the way. Those are old Christmas lights that I wasn't using. There's no power to our barn, so that's my work lights. That's what I got. So if you guys have any questions, absolutely ask them. You can message us. You can comment here. You can do whatever you want. Any questions you can dream up, we'll at least do our best to answer. One that I know you're going to ask. Does it change the exhaust sound? Not really. Surprisingly, not really. I thought that was odd. But then I remembered we have a 2-1 on this cross country, so it kind of smooths out a lot of that. That's why it's there. So now, for a few of you that have ground pounders on your cross country, I full well expected to make a difference, but we got to test that and find out. But as far as for this, no, not particularly. Less than what cams make a difference on your exhaust. Less than that, so I'm not sure what else you guys are going to come up with, but please let us know, and we'll talk to you across the next couple of weeks.